Welcome to Foundation Friday. The dedication and covenant of silent unity was signed on December 7th, 1892 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, founders of the Unity movement. It is unlikely when they signed this covenant that they had any idea how far-reaching unity would be as it evolved into the church we know and love today. We invite you to join us as we explore and share some of the original ideas, teachings, and writings of the men and women who created the foundation of the Unity Church.
Hi there. Thank you for joining us today for our Foundation Friday program. Today we are going to have a little lesson from the oldest son of Unity co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. This is from their son, Lowell, and it's called Do Not Condemn Yourself. Now, I don't have a date on this, but I believe it was printed in the 1940s. So let's hope that that's right. If you're not familiar with the lessons by Lowell Fillmore, at the end of this, he's going to give us 7 different affirmations that we can work through one every day as we learn not to condemn ourselves. That's powerful, right? Here goes. Remember that self-condemnation is not helpful because it tends to limit a person's ability by damming up the God-given rivers of power and inspiration that should flow naturally through him. Why should one condemn oneself anyways? How about you? Do you berate yourself? Are you at this moment under self-condemnation? Maybe you did make a mistake, but surely you are not going to give up to failure just because you made a mistake. You are not going to waste your time, thought, and energy upon criticism when you can be employing them to repair the damage done and to correct the practice that caused the blunder so that you will not be likely to make that same mistake again. Perhaps you have made it more than once, or you have made a lot of different mistakes. If so, do not remain in the consciousness of error, for errors are of no value to anyone. Do not feed them with your thought substance, for you need that to nourish the more important things that will move your affairs on towards perfection. Okay, I love the way he wrote. I envision him as some kind of old-time cowboy with his wisdom. All right, back to his lesson. Of course, you should check up on yourself and try not to dodge your responsibilities. But after acknowledging your mistake, you should realize that in spirit there are no mistakes and that you will do better next time. There is no market for mistakes, so do not advertise them. When you condemn yourself, you are advertising your poor products instead of your good ones. And of course, there is no sale and hence no success. Success grows out of praise, thanksgiving, and constructive thoughts, words, and work. Condemnation is disheartening. If you have made a mistake, you need encouragement rather than condemnation. Of course, you should not excuse yourself for your mistakes, and you should acknowledge your fault and face the situation squarely to find out what you can do to improve yourself. Do not dwell on the fault, but upon what will cure it. It is most encouraging to tell yourself that with the help of Christ, you can accomplish every good thing. Give yourself a metaphysical slap on the back and say, now, be your true self. Let the power, intelligence, and ability that God has placed within you come forth into glorious expression. It is right that you should be a credit to your Maker. Remember that after all, you are a child of God. Remember also that since it is not right to condemn a child of God, it is also improper to condemn yourself. But when you praise the God power in you, you will see how quickly he will respond, how the joy of true appreciation will well up in you, and how you will begin to show forth good works. You can think of your human self as a friend who needs encouragement and help. Remind this close neighbor often of the power that God has placed within him, and also remind him that God expects him to have dominion over himself and over his world. He must not become discouraged because there is still much for him to do for the glory of God. All things are possible with God. And since God is within you, all things are possible to you. There is no need to condemn yourself. Give yourself a boost, not an egotistical boost, but a good, humble, spiritual lifting up, so that you will feel as Jesus did when he said, I speak not from myself, but the Father abiding in me doeth his works. Remember that all things are possible with the help of God. God working through you cannot fail. Okay, suggestions for daily meditation. Here are the ones I told you about. You might want to have a pen and paper to write these down. And the idea is take one affirmation and throughout the day repeat it, live it, know it, and make it true for you. I'll read it through quickly and then I'll read it through again a little more slowly. Here we go. There is no condemnation in me, for I am under the law of God's love. Oh, I like that. I'm going to read it again slower. There is now no condemnation in me, for I am under the law of God's love. Okay, here's the next one. First fast and then slow. My mistakes are forgiven by my Father in heaven because I am forgiving mistakes that others make. Okay, here we are a little slower so you can write this down. My mistakes are forgiven by my Father in heaven because I am forgiving mistakes that others make. Here's the next one. This is one I use all the time. I can do all things well through the help of Christ who strengthens me. I'll read that a little slower so you can write that down. I can do all things well through the help of Christ who strengthens me. Okay, here's the next one. I am under divine discipline, but I am not under human condemnation. I'll read that slower. I am under divine discipline, but I am not under human condemnation. Okay, ready for the next one? Here we go. I delight in doing all things well under the guidance of infinite love and wisdom. I'll read that for you a little slower. I delight in doing all things well under the guidance of infinite love and wisdom. Okay, here's the next one. I am giving thanks because I am being so richly blessed by my Heavenly Father. I'll read that slower. I am giving thanks because I am being so richly blessed by my Heavenly Father. And here's our last one. I am a child of God, and I am therefore not under condemnation. I'll read that slower. I am a child of God, and I am therefore not under condemnation. Okay, I hope you got that, and I certainly hope you are not condemning yourself. Before we go, please know you matter. You are sacred, and you are so, so very loved. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.